morning slash good evening, Nisarg. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Paula. Thank you.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining me. As you know, we recently got our USN certification finalized. And with that, there was nobody that I could think of that would be better suited to talk about UiPath than you at Wonderbot. So thank you so much for taking the time to connect with me. So I thought we'd start by maybe you introducing yourself just a little bit. You do have a community of UiPath followers. You've been very active on social media with connecting the dots with RPA, helping people learn and be educated. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and why your passion is this area of expertise?
Thank you. First of all, I'm so glad that we have got USN certified, and I'm really excited to get USN certified soon. So this is a wonderful opportunity that we have got. And I will introduce about myself as I usually introduce in every channel. So my name is Nisarg Kadam. I am UiPath MVP. I am senior consultant in Wonderbots, which is an awesome opportunity that I have got recently. And I am 2 times UiPath Global Hackathon winner. I am UiPath community moderator for a Mumbai location in India. I am also a RPA influencer where I have been running a YouTube channel of my own with successful 3,000 plus subscribers and 200K plus views. And I have been also doing RPA sessions and technical sessions all over the colleges and educating more and more students, and also those who needs the jobs in RPA after their second innings, so HSI sort of jobs. So I have been doing all this a lot. That's all about it.
Quite a resume, and it's all very much centered around RPA, robots, and kind of connecting value to customers. So so you talked about your community, right? Your the community that you've been part of, and being part of MVP, I think really gave you visibility in the UiPath community. So tell me a little bit about what made you start that. How did you even decide to enter a hackathon? What was the steps? What were the process involved in you getting involved in that?
So honestly speaking, I love to talk about this part a lot because when I started my career after college, I was not RPA developer. So I joined a company as an automation developer, and it was based on the Selenium automation tool where I had to code Java using Selenium. One day I came across one of my friend, and it was like around 1 or 2 months of my industry career, and he told me about UiPath, and he said, whatever that you're writing 400, 500 lines of codes in Java. You can do that in just 10 to 15 activities in UiPath. And I was like, no, seriously? So he was like, yeah, you can do that. And he just showed me just a small robot. And the day I started working on RPA, I literally automated my entire work that I used to do on the daily basis. I automated my entire work, and then the rest of the time which I was getting, so I was using RPA for my own. The rest of the time which I was getting, I was studying RPA. Nobody taught me UiPath. I learned entire UiPath right from the academy of UiPath and right from the community of UiPath. And that's what me motivated a lot, that what I have gained from community, what I have achieved to become RPA developer, my entire career which I have got, is just because of the UiPath community, which helped me a lot to get at the moment where I'm right now. So I thought, what I have learned from the community, let's give it back. And when you give it back, it 100 times comes back to you again.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
it
Absolutely.
motivated me a lot.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, I had no idea that little piece of the story, but that's great that you felt a sense of a sense of obligation to give back to the community that sort of got you excited about, this passion project. And you're so happy every day that you show up to work. So, it really is nice that you were able to kind of pivot into that, and shout out to your friend that sort of showed you the way initially. So let's talk about your YouTube channel just a little bit, because, you tag me on stuff on LinkedIn, and then next thing I know, there's like 700 likes and all these different views. I can only imagine how many people are continuously following you. So why is it important for you to keep up, the content creation on your own and make sure that you're constantly putting out new stuff? So how is it that you think that through? And why are you so committed? How is it, what is it that helps with, and what is the thought process there behind having a continuous content stream?
So what motivated me to do this is, first thing, a responsibility. So when I really felt responsible that if I have learned from community, I have to give it back in some or the other way. And I felt that I'm a good speaker, so I can create content on YouTube videos. And I just initiated this long back, like 1.5 year back. And I initiated that with no expectations. I just initiated with what I have learned, what I can build, if somebody else also can build, because UiPath has already built a content on their academy. But something apart from that, something like building a bot, something like in the expertise of AI. And when I started exploring this AI, machine learning, and how that integrates with RPA, and that area nobody has touched yet. With that, when I started doing that, and over the period of 6 to 7 months, I got an award from UiPath community saying that fastest contributor award. And also I got second award called as fastest adapter of new technology hyphen AI center. So that was the biggest moment for me, and I felt really awesome at that point. And since then, it has been like every week I have to post at least one video, to make myself up to date in the market. And the secret behind it is that I study a lot to create these videos. So I keep on studying just because of these videos regularly, and I keep myself updated. So that's the secret behind it.
Well, and that's completely our methodology here at Wonderbots. Everybody is trained, everybody is certified, on all the platforms that we're using, all the adjacent technologies that we plug in, to RPA, because it's so important to stay ahead of the game. Technology changes too quickly for you to stay stagnant. So we're so blessed to have somebody that's encouraged and motivated to continue learning, because I think that's the aim of the game in general. That's why Wonderbots is great. That's why we win awards every year, because of our people and our talent, being so motivated to continuously learn. So that's fantastic. And the other thing that I noticed, I was kind of poking around your YouTube channel, is that you have an entire section sort of dedicated to how do you interview for RPA, and how do you crack the career, of RPA. And often we'll see with client sites, that you have a lot of people that used to be in business, right? Or an analyst of some sort, or perhaps even a controller or a financial analyst. And more they're pivoting into understanding automation as well, because it's becoming so much more mainstream, and that most organizations, by 2025 are going to have at least some kind of capability in UiPath or, Blue Prism or AA or one of the major players. I mean, and that's staggering to think that, every enterprise would have it. So naturally, there's been a shift in the market, looking for RPA talent, looking for automation talent. And you've been really, really great in kind of contributing to that thought leadership of what sort of skill sets, what sort of interview answers, right? What kind of things do you need to know to be able to do that? So tell us a little bit about where that started, and where you get some of those aggregated ideas. How many times have you interviewed for RPA, to be able to kind of put that out there? And what do you think? Do you think that a lot of business users are going to be moving into more technologically inclined roles?
Yes. So how I initiated this series, first of all. So when I was in my first organization, when I started my career, I was the first person to initiate UiPath in my batch. So there used to be some batches where people joined in a lot. So I was the first person to get started with UiPath. Most of the people were trained on automation anywhere. During that period, I was trained highly, and I was allocated to one project immediately. I worked as a developer. Within 1 year of time period, I got an opportunity to work as a leader. I did not expect that I would be a team lead in just 1 year of experience, and I became a leader of 1 year of experience. That project won award as a best technological award, given by a company, be given by clients. At that point, that company was using me as an interviewer right from the beginning to hire new technical people, to hire new talent in the company. And I was taking interviews right from then. Then I jumped into my second company. There was also so much of hiring was going on, and I was the first person to get started with UiPath again. So it was like second time I was starting UiPath at some company. And I felt really great because I love to be initiator at some point. So that's when I started taking interviews. And during those all period, I realized people have learned a lot, but they still lack a little bit touch on how can we approach the RPA interview, because still the coding mentality, development mentality is a little bit different than the interview. And suddenly some of people started reaching me out. So I took this huge camp where there were 235 people whom I taught RPA right from scratch. It was 8 days of crash course, and I did it entirely for the community. Now, the most ranked question in that entire series was how we can apply for RPA interviews and how should we write our resume, right? And that's when I realized, this is the topic which I should talk about, because I have gained at least a little bit experience to talk about it confidently. Then I started talking about it and I got a really nice feedback. So that video is almost over 7,000, 8,000 views by now. People are daily reaching out to me with that video reference, and they're telling me, because of you I got selected in this company, because of you I got selected in that company, and that motivates me a lot. So eventually I kept creating videos. Now it's a series of 7 videos, and believe me, I have already listed down the futuristic videos of that series, and there are 20 videos upcoming in that specific series. So it's going to be huge, and people poke me daily, upload a new video, man, upload a new video, where is the new video? So it's really interesting for me.
And you have to tell them, hey, I have a day job too, so I can't just be making videos all the time, right?
Exactly.
So I would just have a little bit of time to connect with Paula on a video too, right?
Yeah.
That's so great. Well, so, and one of the other things, would be amiss to not talk about our commitment to UiPath. We had a series internally recently that you led. Thank you so much for that. I think that was really, really valuable for our team. But basically putting together our services with the UiPath product suite, right? And then really, really understanding and honing in on the fact that a tool is great, but the application of the tool is what makes it valuable, right? And otherwise you just have a bunch of tools, right? You have to apply them and you have to use them, in a way that's going to be effective for our clients. So one of the things that we do at Wonderbots, right, as you well know, is that we have the accounting suite of pre-built solutions. Often, that I go in, my job, is to go in and ask, our clients what it is that they're trying to achieve with automation and help them, learn, educate them on what automation is, especially the finance community, right? And we've often seen that most of the use cases tend to come out of accounting and finance to begin with. And I'm sure that's been your experience when you started things off. Perfect candidates, high volume, tons of transactions, a lot of which look alike. And it's easier to solve for the outliers rather than to try to reinvent the wheel, right? So at Wonderbots, we have an accounting suite, right? We have an entire suite of use cases that ultimately everybody has asked for in one way, shape, or form. One of which you're working on right now, of really getting the front end to be more user friendly, so that we can just plug it into our client sites. So it's called InvoiceBots. I can't tell you how many people, Nisarg, on meetings every week ask for some sort of invoice automation, some sort of document reading. We talk about Abby a lot versus document understanding versus different tools out there. So you've been working on this project exclusively. So I thought maybe I'd ask you a little bit about what is going into the creation of this really high complexity automation, right, that we're pre-building so it's ready for our clients. And what do you think that it takes as far as thinking through the design, to get to a product that's really, really reusable, right? Something that really has that reusability component so that we can help several clients with kind of the same automation without reinventing the wheel. So tell us a little bit about that process. What are your thoughts on the concept of pre-built solution, given your past experience, and where are we at with launching that, that solution for our clients?
So first of all, I got an opportunity this year to talk in UiPath's developer conference, a global developer conference. And my topic was benchmarking OCR for document understanding. So it is kind of more related to the invoice processing, because OCR is a huge topic to talk about, and there is a vast range of documents that we can process. Now, this is my favorite topic since I started RPA. And when I got to know that I get to work on InvoiceBots, I was super excited. I was like, okay, so now that we get to convert it finally into UiPath. And when we do it in UiPath, it's going to be even more, wide range of plug and play, because there are so many OCR supports. There are so many different type of approaches which we can take in extracting the document. I'm not going too technical, but InvoiceBots is just something which is one of the best pre-built solution that I can say, which I saw. So a solution which took almost 3 weeks for me to entirely understand, which is currently existing. So it entirely took 3 weeks for me to understand in deep dive. And now So where are we? So we are just getting started, but soon we will be ready with it. So we are just getting started with the solution design. We are getting started with how many things which we can enhance on the current existing invoice boards, but it's an amazing pre-built solution. And I can just say, you don't even have to invest huge amount of time. 80% of time will be saved immediately as soon as we use this for any client who is working with invoices. So this is an awesome pre-built solution, I can say.
Oh, it's my favorite, and it's one that, you know, we've been able to pilot, you know, regardless, because a lot of it's our proprietary code, right? But what we wanted to do is make a commitment, you know, to our UiPath partners, and, you know, just as soon as it's ready, you know, all of our friends, you know, on the sales side, all the account leaders, you know, we're going to let them know that we want to give everybody a trial of this, because why create something that's already built, right? You know, there's
Yes.
absolutely no reason to reinvent the wheel when something's already built. So I'm really looking forward to being able to offer that to our UiPath community, you know, and have that reusability component and really show them the prowess and, you know, the super smart, you know, design thinking that goes into these things, so that it's just about continuous maintenance and continuous improvement, and it's not reinventing, you know, as we said, reinventing the wheel with a brand new development. So so that's fantastic. So I'm so glad that you've been on that. So getting back to the interview question, you recently interviewed with Wonderbots, right? You joined our team 3 months ago. So tell us a little bit about that recruiting process. I kind of came in the tail end of it. I had told, you know, leadership, you know, we really got to start, you know, cracking the code on really, really talented UiPathers as we got closer to USN and we're making a bigger splash in that market. It was really important to start finding the right talent. And so I came on the tail end after, you know, kind of requesting some of these things to come to fruition. And then along comes Nisarg, and then left and right, all I'm seeing is UiPath this, UiPath that. So tell us a little bit about your recruiting process. You know, I know you and I both respect Vivek, you know, our head of operations in India, just immensely. And so just tell us a little bit about how that started. What made you, you know, jump into Wonderbots, and what you're excited to do here in your first year?
So it was an amazing experience, I can say. Why amazing experience? Because I never felt you know, this way. What happened is, when I decided to change job, and I just decided to, you know, change the job and just look for some new opportunity, where I was looking for some awesome, you know, interesting opportunity where I can, you know, use my knowledge or maybe learn something and awesome. Because I can't say I know everything, but I want to still learn a lot. So when I started looking from that perspective, I reached out to only 2 people. So obviously in India, if you want to reach out to somebody, then I reached out to the community leader of UiPath, Vibhor, and then I reached out to Vivek, because I knew Vivek from a long time, and I just reached out to him, and he said, you know, I have something to offer for you, and you know, this is something really interesting. And I was hooked up within just first 5 minutes of discussion with Vivek. And he just gave me a formal discussion about the offer, and just he said, you know, maybe you will receive a call. And I got a call from HR. The interviews happened. The first impression was like, when I talked with the CEO of company, and when I talked with Bhavesh, and he was so much technical, and I was literally shocked, because I have never seen any CEO of company so much technical. And he was so right on point at every specific question. So I love that a lot. And I have a habit of researching about each and everything. The first thing that I saw on the Wonderbots website was restoring humanity now, and that really clicked a lot. And I was like, okay. Then I started reading about everything, and I started reading about the entire website. I was so excited, you know, maybe I could get to work on something like this. And I really got to work on InvoiceBots now. So so that's something which you know, I was so much interested. The one commitment which I gave, and the funny part is, when I was switching the job, so I had a 2 months of notice period, and within this 2 months of notice period, I literally did not even put on my LinkedIn that I'm open for job profile. So I just gave a commitment. I joined the commitment, and I'm here in Wonderbots. So that's excited. That how much excited I was to join Wonderbots. And the first day was so much exciting. The best part is, when I joined the Wonderbots, you know, I was expecting you know, a small warm welcome, but I got a very grand welcome from Wonderbots, and I was, you know, so much excited because of that. And I can't just put it in words, you know. So
well, we're
experience.
so lucky to have you too, and we're so glad that you made that decision and that you had the connections that you did to find your way to Vivek for that career advice, because we're very, very lucky to have you. And yes, let's talk about DevCon real quickly, because again, I joined Wonderbots a year and a half ago, and part of the mission was kind of to diversify our portfolio of clients. And, for me to see you on the same page as the CEO of UiPath, I said, wow, well, we made a good hire, right? Within a couple months, you were already kind of, slated to speak. So tell us a little bit about DevCon. I know you did a recent hackathon too, Automation for Good, and you're really, really involved in kind of evangelizing the way that we can bring automation to, to underprivileged communities. I'm very big on bringing it to higher education. We're making a play to get it more involved with healthcare. So tell us a little bit about the experience of speaking, at UiPath DevCon. That must have been such a great, milestone. We were certainly happy to have you with the Wonderbots logo up there. So tell us a little bit about that and what your future, view of automation is, and why you're still so involved in, the externals, not just your day job of coding. It's also automation for good is very important to you, from everything that you've shared and participated in.
I always introduce myself as a RPA developer and weekend YouTuber. So when I say weekend YouTuber, so many people tell me, you don't have anything to do in weekends. I'm like, okay, I have stuff to do, but I love to create these videos. I love to share my knowledge with people, and that's what got me into this community very well. So back in 2020 September, when we won the first hackathon of UiPath globally, that was my first time in any hackathon, and it was my first time in any hackathon. I just jumped in it. I built a bot. There was a lot of efforts gone into development, designing, and solutionizing it, and it was an awesome experience. And when we won, the most important part which I liked is that I saw the Indian flag on the first winning prize, and it was a really proud moment for me. When I saw that, I was like, okay, this is something which really got me into it a lot. And then I again participated in the second hackathon consecutively, where we built a solution. It was a pandemic situation. Everybody was in pandemic situation. We thought about it, and what happens in most of the countries, you do not get medicines without prescriptions of doctor. So we created some sort of bot for that, where just based on the allergies, based on the symptoms, you can predict the disease, and you can get a e-doctor signed prescription, which you can use to go to medicines and which you can claim from medical without going to doctor physically. So that something changed a lot. And again, we won hackathon second time, and that was again one more movement. And by the time we reached 2021 March, I was announced as UiPath MVP. It was a huge responsibility, because we know that with power comes responsibility a lot. So there was a huge responsibility. It's not like UiPath is forcing us to do these things, but it's everything that if you get such a big title, people are expecting from you. Now you have raised the bar, you have to be up to that mark every time. Then I got a sudden call from a community manager that we have an opportunity for MVPs, especially to be a speakers in this big event, global event. And I was super excited to be part of this event. I applied with all my ideas that I had in my mind. So they asked us to submit the ideas. I applied with literally all the ideas that I had in my mind. And one of the ideas got selected, which was about OCRs, because this was some topic which nobody was picking up. So it got selected. And then the most important experience that I would like to share is, when I got into this, I wanted to feel the adrenaline rush of going through this entire process. And I saw that there are total 9 to 10 9 to 10 meetings scheduled in 9 just for the preparation. I was like, okay, I have a 15 minutes of part in this global hackathon, but 10 meetings just to prepare, just to give sample. Wow. And then it was a very big process, camera check, light check, speaker check, microphone check, content check, every little check. And then finally the day arrived, and I was able to give this speech in UiPath DevCon, where I talked about the OCR comparison. And so many people reached out to me. I was like, almost after this event, almost my followers gained by 400 plus in one single day. And I have never seen this big gain in the followers in one day. But this was one of the biggest opportunity that I got. I captured it immediately. I did not want to miss out on this one. I feel very happy to be part of this, and this is just because of the community. Community got me here, and that's the main motivation why I work for the community on the daily basis. And that's where I focus majorly on RPA, because when we started digitization process in my very first company, that time I got to know about why digitization is important for all the organizations. And in each organization, the most important part of digitization, or to get started with digitization, the first thing they choose is RPA. And that's where I was so much interested to learn RPA. I got into RPA, and now so many things around here. But honestly speaking, I'll tell you one secret. So every day I spend 1 hour to learn something new, and it's still less for me. Every single day. By the time I start learning and I complete the current version of UiPath, they launch a new version of UiPath. So there's so much things to learn. So we have to keep ourselves updated a lot.
We do. And there's constantly a new training, there's constantly a new certification. And I force myself to kind of read, it's not hands-on keyboard training, but I'm constantly staying with the market, understanding what the new products are that are coming out, understanding what the new methodologies are that are coming out, right? We used to automate the exact same way that a human worked. Then we got smarter and realized that there was a robot way. Which we actually talk about that as well. A lot at Wonderbots have path of least resistance. So, so definitely there's always a place for continuous improvement. Well, I want to thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your career trajectory, a little bit about how we got to snag such a talented developer. And I look forward to having you on our client sites. We've got a couple projects coming up that I know your name's on. So looking forward to that and seeing the outcome of InvoiceBot. So thanks so much, Nisarg, for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Paula, for such an awesome interaction. It was great talking to you.
Awesome. Thanks so much.